The Crunch roll into 2019 on the longest current winning streak in the American Hockey League. It's the second time this year that they've gone on a nice long run. Their 7-game winning streak earlier this season is already the longest in the league at the moment. Now they've got the active 5-game winning streak heading into 2019 and playing some tremendous hockey once again. Last week for the Crunch, they won 3 games and scored 20 goals in the 3 games, including a 10-1 win over the Utica Comets. They matched their franchise record with 10 goals in that game. Also scored 3 shorthanded goals, the most in a single game in franchise history for the Crunch. 6 points last week for Syracuse, leaves them at 42 on the season, and it has them tied in first place in the North Division, a 700 points percentage. And because of that, head coach Ben Gruhl will represent the Crunch as the head coach of the North Division All-Stars at the AHL All-Star Classic later in January in Springfield.
I'm representing the team, but the other coaches or every players and as a part of that, so it's a big honor, and it's always fun to be around the best players in the league. And when you look at the players we have in our division and in the conference, I'm looking forward to spending time with them.
There were some big performances for the Crunch this past week, but none better than Cal Foote, who was named AHL Player of the Week yesterday. He had a great performance, back-to-back games of 2 goals. First 2 multi-goal games of his career, and they came back-to-back Wednesday in Binghamton. He started the Crunch's comeback, and then Friday he had 2 more goals against the Utica Comets. Terrific week for Cal Foote as he is named AHL Player of the Week. Syracuse also had defenseman Slater Cuckoo down from Tampa Bay. He's here on a conditioning assignment, getting his first action of the season with the Crunch.
I felt good. I thought, it's a good team they got here. You can see in the record, and a good group of guys. There's a few guys still here from our Calder Cup final run, but a lot of new faces, a lot of young guys, so it's a energetic and fun team.
The Crunch begin the new year on Wednesday in Utica against the Utica Comets. It is the 4th matchup of the season between these 2 teams. Rematch of Friday's 10-1 win for the Crunch. Expect a much stiffer competition Wednesday in Utica as the Crunch take on the Comets. Then the Crunch are back home for 2 games Friday and Saturday. Friday, the Bridgeport Sound Tigers come to town. They're in 2nd place in the Atlantic Division and playing really good hockey over there in the Atlantic. And then on Saturday night, the Toronto Marlies come to town for the first time this year. Crunch beat the Marlies 8-1 in their last matchup a couple of weeks ago, which was the first game of the Crunch's 5-game road trip just a few weeks back. So expect a good week for the Crunch. Crunch looking to build on their 5-game winning streak. You can catch all the action this week on ESPN Radio or AHL TV. Countdown to Crunch Time presented by Supercuts all 3 nights gets underway 15 minutes before puck drop throughout the week. Crunch building on a 5-game winning streak heading into 2019.